Gotta say this, man. Obviously, you know, you're responsible for having a bunch of young men, young boys walking around saying, what color is your Bugatti, and realizing that the world, they can do more in the world, right? And one of the places that has a big fucking problem with your message of guys getting out there and fucking becoming better is the UK. What the fuck is their infatuation, which you haven't lived there in well over a decade? Like, what is their problem? Like, why are they so fucking hell-bent, man, on going after you? Well, Russell Brand as well. They wrote a whole letter to fucking Rumble, right? Shout out to Chris for standing 10 toes down, saying no, asking, oh, is he monetized on your platform?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, the UK.
What's their problem?
I think the UK is coming for me next. I think they're going to launch a case on me. I think they're going to attempt to arrest me. The UK is draconian. It's out of control. They've just entered recession today. It's a failed society where crime rates are out of control and stabbing are out of control, and they no longer have a border, and people are just arriving by boat, and there's acid attacks. It's the acid attack capital of Europe. You can walk down the street and get acid thrown in your face and be permanently disfigured for life. Wow. They should have bigger things to worry about. But I guess their primary objective is, instead of trying to fix our problems, which we don't believe we can do, let's kill the person who highlights the problems. Let's fix the man who tells the truth.
Yeah.
We have all of these problems in our society, but instead of fixing them, let's instead attack the person who highlights them, because that makes them less prevalent to the populace. So let's get rid of Andrew because he tells the truth about what's happening in England, and then maybe we'll get away with this scam a little bit longer. And that's why they've come up with the idea they have, and that's why, as we speak right now, the British government is trying to put me in jail. I'm pretty sure of that. And what can I do? Once again, I can shut up and believe in the justice of the judicial system of the United Kingdom, or I can believe in God and tell the truth and say the things I know are true and trust him to look after me. And I'm going to have to do that as opposed to trusting fallible humans because I don't believe in them.
And they tried already to do something and they failed. Coming at a case, they took all your shit. Well, this is back, what, 2013?
Yeah, a long time ago, yeah.
A long time ago, they took all your stuff and they failed. So it's like, what the fuck, man? I don't know. It's just wild. And you haven't lived there, so it's just amazing to me how they're going after someone that doesn't even live there anymore just because you're critical of their government.
That's right. And they seem to have endless money for bombing children and endless money for war and endless money to try and put the people who highlight these things in jail. But they don't have money to feed anyone or fix the crime epidemic or lower anyone's taxes or fix the energy crisis or make sure the old people don't freeze to death. No, they only have money to try and put the people who highlight these things in jail. And it goes to show, like I said earlier, your ability to speak freely is directly correlated to your insignificance. People sit and say, oh, it feels like a free country. I say what I want because no one listens to you.
There was a guy.
As soon as people start listening to you, you're going to learn very quickly you cannot say what you want.
There was a guy, we heard about him recently in the UK, that said a woman was fat. Said the lady was fat. I think, was it on camera? Anyhow, he got arrested for that. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, he said she was a fat lesbian. There we go.
She was just fat. That's crazy, bro.
Yeah.
He got arrested.
Yeah, and that's actually such an interesting one because surely you'd be able to, I don't know. I'd love to see that court case because I don't know. I don't know how he defended himself, but I would have walked in there with her BMI. I would have walked in there and said, I stated an objective truth.
Yeah.
Just like you can call me tall and brown and sexy and funny and charismatic and interesting and rich and handsome with a long Johnson. You can do all those things. That's fine. I called her fat because this is her BMI. She is here scientifically, clinically obese. I wouldn't say sorry. I wouldn't say I shouldn't have said it. I'll say I just pointed out the obvious. The sky's blue. She's fat. And I would have gone to fucking jail. But I don't know how he defended himself. That's how I would have defended myself. Your Honor, she is obese. She is fat, Your Honor. The defense rests its case. Give her a cake and see how long it lasts.
I would say, Your Honor, could you tell me what she is then? Because I'm confused.
Call that skinny?
Yeah.
But once again, if I'll ask a pertinent and important question. If a woman called a man fat, would she go to jail?
No.
Would she be arrested?
Not nearly.
And the answer is no, because we live in a matriarchy.
A big no.
And when you live in a matriarchy, the number one thing you can do in an attempt to keep the power of the matriarchy is to convince the world that you live in a patriarchy. So they just say the absolute opposite. We live in a matriarchy, and they sit and cry all day about the fact that we live in a patriarchy because it makes people afraid to highlight how matriarchal society is.
Yeah.
They do that on purpose because you're instantly attacked for being a patriarchal person. So they'll sit and say, we live in a patriarchy, men have all the power. How do we have all the power? Name a single law that benefits men. Name one. We don't have any power that a woman doesn't have now in the world today. Women actually have nearly all of the control.
They do.
And then they want to come along, and I've said this on Fresh and Fit shows before, when they say, well, men make more money. False. A very small percentage of men make more money.
Yeah.
The average man does not make more money. The average man works hard, carrying trash in the rain to try and get a wife to be loyal to him so he can raise his family and pay the bills. The average man does not have millions and millions of dollars. And they have once again conflated a few rich elite men with all men. And it's part of the psyop they're doing on the populace and psyop they're doing on the females. So females think they're oppressed and living in some kind of patriarchal society. Find a society on earth outside of the West where you're more free.